What started as a mere website with more than few blogs, articles and suggestions is now an app with 2,000 registrations and conducted more than 30 webinars with renowned people and has lakhs of articles in it. All of this is just in a span of a year.
EdGroom has been more than just an educational app. It has been a pillar of guidance and a fountain of information about every possible educational topic. From the information about the best engineering colleges, medical colleges or law colleges in your area, to the important topics to cover for the preparation of NEET and JEE, you can find everything.
The EdGroom has created a safe space for students and also a user-friendly app in which students could post any question and get it clarified. After every webinar, students, teachers and also parents would get an extra piece of information added to their knowledge with some more clarity. Over a past year, the EdGroom has conducted over 30 webinars with renowned people like Lakshmi Narayana Garu and Rakesh Sharma sir and so on. All these people shared their experiences with the future generation, so it's definitely a thing not to miss.
Right now, EdGroom has nearly 15 dedicated people working in technical and non-technical aspects to improve the app and its user experience. Venkatesh sir has always been the binding force for all these efforts and developments to come true. EdGroom is paving its way with new features like Rank Predictor to make it easy for the inter-pass students to check which engineering college they might end up in, and many other features are yet to come. We are proud to be a part of EdGroom and I assure you that you will be too. Thank you.
Success is not final, failure is not fatal, but it is the courage that counts. Hi, I'm Yogita of SS Junior College of batch 2020 to 2022. The backbone of success is just pure determination, dedication, hard work and planning, and all this is possible because of EdGroom. I was first introduced to this platform by Venkatesh sir, and all thanks to him. Its main motive is to excite people who are confused with their choices such as MPC or BPC, doctor or engineer, civil engineering or computer engineering, and the list goes on. There were a lot of fun things to do on EdGroom too. Like I have taken part in a debate competition, Clash of Minds. It was an immense pleasure for me to take part in such a big event because it was my first time participating and first time winning too. This site has taken my interest towards a different direction in speaking, and it has boosted confidence in my speaking skills and educational career too. And I thank all the people who are involved in the development of such a platform for students like this. Not only students, but it contains a lot of information for a lot of people. And finally, I would like to thank Venkatesh sir for giving me this opportunity to speak on this prestigious event of EdGroom celebrating its 1-year anniversary. Finally, I would like to end with a quote. Dream does not become reality with magic, but it's a matter of pure hard work and right guidance. Thank you.
I am Satyaprasad Kankala, PGT Mathematics from Navy Children's School, Visakhapatnam. I would like to express my hearty congratulations to EdGroom for completing 1 year of its successful journey. It has touched its first milestone by reaching its services to more than 75,000 students. It has guided more than 2,000 students through Ed Forum, and the best part is it has conducted around 30 webinars through eminent resource persons in various domains. EdRoom is moving ahead in the journey of success with a great objective of giving a one-stop solution by grooving a right path through guiding the students in choosing a right career. It has a connect to the students, parents, teachers, entrepreneurs through its various verticals like EdBlog created by experts from the versatile fields, EdBytes containing various articles which deals with career options, entrance exams, strategic plans sourced from various educational news portals. EdForum, where the questions posed by students or parents related to career are answered, and EdWebinars that are conducted on various opportunities, latest trends in education by eminent resource persons. Apart from this, it also provides a personalized career guidance to the students of grade 8 to 12. It has provided ample information regarding the local colleges, institutions and coaching centers. Once again, I wish all the team members of EdRoom a happy anniversary. Looking forward for EdRoom to cross more milestones in its journey of success. Jai Hind.
Hi, this is Likit, currently pursuing BTech in KL University, Vijayawada. I'm very glad to say that I'm the fruit of an EdGroom tree. During my class 11, I was very confused about choosing my career. Then I approached my physics sir, Mr. Venkatesh Pannu. Later, I got to know that he started a platform for students who are in dilemma to choose their career. I participated in each and every webinar conducted by the team. Then, after 2 years of my inter, I got much clarity on my career. Even I got good percentile in mains, I couldn't get into NIT with good branch. Although I got a merit seat in the best private university in AP using this mains percentile. EdGroom helped me in each and every aspect of my career choosing. The best tool I liked in EdGroom is EdForum, where I used to post my doubts and questions related to the career choosing. I used to get instant replies from the professionals, and that helped me a lot. So finally, I thank EdGroom for taking a great initiative to show right path to our career. Thank you.
Good evening, all. Sir, good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Thanks for joining. And first of all, thanks for accepting immediately when I ask you.
Yes,
Harin, how are you? Good evening. Thanks for joining. Rakesh. Harini.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for joining, girl. Rakesh, thanks for joining. Who is Somaraj gar evarandi?
Sir, he's my school lecturer.
School teacher, huh?
Yes, maths teacher.
Oh, very good. Thanks, sir Somaraj garu, for joining. Definitely, I request you please share your thoughts on mathematics, because I've seen a lot of students are what called as they're frightened the word the moment we say the maths, include my daughter. Okay, so definitely we know that now the world is run by mathematics, especially with the latest trends in mathematics, and especially the ones the data science. A lot of jobs are created, and even we are going to see in half an hour, Vishwanath Gangavaram, he is a senior data scientist at Swiggy, is going to join with us and is going to share how mathematics is helpful in what called as higher levels of a career. And Harini, I hope you also will share your thoughts on mathematics. I know you're very fond of mathematics, right? And now you can use suggestions because you passed your intermediate. Now you joined your BTech, so you have a lot, right to what called as talk about mathematics. Yeah, I'll just take a few minutes of your time before we start the actual webinar. So let me show the people. I think a lot of people are watching YouTube live. I welcome you all for this wonderful evening. I'm very happy to be with my students. Last 2-3 webinars I was doing with my students and my teachers, and even the upcoming is also with one of my students only. So it is my pleasure. Definitely this EdGroom is a platform where a lot of information will be exchanged with the people in there and the experts in their domain. So I'll just take a few minutes of your time before we ask Aasrith to talk about ISI. I think, guys, you can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Let me just tell you, the people who are watching live are the people who are watching first time, who doesn't know what EdGroom is all about. I once again welcome you all to this wonderful evening. EdGroom is a social platform which actually provides the career guidance for the people, like students, parents, and teachers. What exactly we provide? As I said, we provide educational guidance. Okay, we help the students who are in a dilemma. Parents are unable to take a career. Recently, I was in a meeting where people are talking. Parents are talking about their kids, and some of the parent doesn't know what exactly is intermediate JEE means exam, NEET exam. So definitely, because lack of knowledge will put you in a lot of stress. So definitely, parents, I request, please be part of this type of programs, and you can interact with the people, the speakers who are expert in the domains, and try to clarify a doubt so that you will not be in under stress, because a lot of decisions as a parent you need to take. So definitely, mainly EdGroom is meant for students, because I've seen a lot of students making a lot of career mistakes and they're regretting afterwards. So I think, Aasrith, you also agree with me, right?
Yes, sir.
So Aasrith, you tell me, is it necessary to plan a career early?
Not exactly, sir, but I would believe that you should know what you're interested in. At least, even if we don't plan a proper career, we should at least know what we are interested in, and at least figure out what brings pleasure to us.
Ajay.
Because whatever we plan, that might happen or might not happen, but what we should do is to strive upon what we want, what gives us pleasure, what we like. That's what I believe.
Achha, very good. Harini, can you share a thought on this?
Sir, I think to plan a career, to speak very honestly, we don't have an idea about what exactly we'll be studying in the branches which are after intermediate. No one knows what they're going to study in computer science or what I'm going to study in BSc mathematics. No one exactly knows it, but as Aasrith already said, we need to know what makes us happy. We need to have a basic idea on what sort of people we are. How do we work? Do we like working in a team, or are we good as individuals? What suits me best? That should be there. We should know what we are before choosing anything.
Yeah, but the problem is, Harini, when I interact, see, you guys tell me, when you are in 10th class, right? Do you know exactly how the IIT pattern, what is the JEE mains pattern, how many exams you're going to write, and how many questions you're going to attempt, the number of questions. Do you have that idea, Harini, when you're in 10th class?
No, sir. But fortunately, because of EdGroom, these students have a chance to know it before. But when I was in 10th, I never knew the pattern of JEE mains or the sort of questions, the chapters. I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, this is what I want to, Harini. My point is, career planning is nothing but you should know what. See, for everybody's wanted to join MPC, right? When you take MPC, what are the exams you are going to write? when you are writing the exam, MSET, what is MSET exam? What is J means exam? How many marks you are going to conduct the exam? See, Harini, I've seen the parents, because they don't know how many marks the students are going to write the exam. The moment of writing the first weekend exam in the college, when they receive the marks, the parents are real shocked. Okay, because out of 300, a student may score 100 or 150 marks, or maybe 100 marks, right? Parents think that out of 300, why this guy got only 100 marks? That's the main stress they're undergoing, right? But you guys know how difficult to score 100 marks in J means exam out of 300, right? So we want to give awareness. It's like awareness to the students and parents that these are intermediate exams will be. These are the exams the students are going to write. And these are the pattern of exam. That's our main point of what called as educating the parents. Harini, what do you say? Is it necessary to the parent to know all these things?
Yes, sir, of course, I agree with you.
Yes, that's the main point. Okay. Yeah. So definitely students need to know what exactly they are going to study in MPC or BIPC, what the group they select. And we want to provide such guidance to the students through a lot of webinars and interactive sessions. And why, as I said, parents need headroom, because these are the people who are going to enjoy the benefits, and even they're going to suffer if their kids are not into proper guidance. So definitely, if they know that IIT exam, a J means exam, these are challenging exams, they can guide the kids, they can guide their own kids about these exams, because they know what are the weakness and strength of their kids. They are the right people to guide them. So, and why teachers need this is very important. A lot of students, when you're in 10th class or 9th class, we largely depends on our teachers. We always ask them their opinions, right? Sir, is it MPC good for me or BIPC should good for me? And most of our teachers guide us, right? So nowadays, a lot of challenges are there. Every teacher must be aware of it. If somebody asks me when I am teaching intermediate physics, if somebody asks me, sir, what is the syllabus for NDA exam? I cannot say no. I should find it out, or I should be aware of it, because my students are depending on me. So as a teacher, I understood that teachers need to have a lot of awareness about the various exam, and definitely teachers also need to be part of it. And this is what happens after 1 month. So EdGloom is going to be a complete different platform as we are seeing now. It is going to be India's first educational community where students, teachers, parents, and even institutions, they can help each other. So we are waiting to show this platform very soon, and definitely it is going to change a lot of things for the students completely. We have developed some tools, we call them Ed tools, to provide a proper guidance to the students. The first one is called Ed News. As of today, in this, there are 266,000 articles. All these articles related to education, all the articles related to colleges, courses, scholarships, exams, okay, and lot of information available at your fingertips. There is one more tool called Ed Forum. Last academic year, we have answered more than 2,000 questions. Guys, remember, all these answers were given by experts in the domains. Answers were given by some of the students who are actually pursuing the course. For example, you see this question, how many engineering colleges are there in Vizag which offer chemical engineering or aerospace? This was answered by Chaitanya Ayagar. He is actually an MTech student from IIT Delhi. And these people like Chaitanya, those who are experienced people, they are answering most of the questions in the room. So please post your questions related to anything related to education. Definitely we are going to get an answer for your questions. And then this another interesting one. It's called Ed Blogs. It contains more than 70 blogs. Okay. And you can see a blog written by today's speaker, Aasrith. He has written one blog on why I left my dream. Okay. Why I couldn't join ISI. He is going to explain us today. This blog was read by so many people. And remember, these blogs are all written by experts in their domain. This is a curated content, and definitely these blogs will help you to design your career in the most effective way. And so far, we have conducted 35 webinars. I don't think anybody have conducted these many webinars. And all these webinars are based on what called a different exams, careers, courses. You can see all the experts that you can see in the pictures. And this will continue in the future also. And this is what we stand today. We have 1950 registered users with us. and more than 94,000 visitors are there in for a website the last 1 year. And on average, we are getting nearly 2,000 plus students are users every day, every week of our website. And as I said, we have more than 2,66,000 articles on a website, which are all based on education. And we are targeting 10 lakh articles very soon. And we as said, we conducted 35 webinars so far. In our YouTube channel, we have more than 590 plus students registered with us, and we have more than 20,000 views for the videos. And this content, wonderful content based on various topics. And this is the upcoming webinar we are going to conduct as soon. A lot of people are asking about the career options for biology students, because they think that NEET is the only entrance exam or NEET is the only career option. No, there's so many career options that are there available for biology students also, and it will be given by Dr. Sunita Panigrahi. She is working in the US as a teacher. She is also my student. She is going to talk about the career options both in abroad and USA. She worked as a degree lecturer in Hyderabad. Recently, she moved to Hyderabad. She's going to talk about all the details very soon. And we believe this: don't follow the crowd. Choose a career where you'll find happiness and no regret. This is very, very important, because you are going to live with your career. You cannot change it now and then. So we request all the students, don't take anything out of force. Don't live other dreams. Take a career which you find happiness and no regret. And I always say, don't follow the follower. Because if you look at Aasrith or Harini, they didn't follow the follower. They have chosen the career which they want, which they have interest. This is very, very important. See, when you take a different route, people may laugh at you at the beginning, but it's okay, right? Because you have to live with your dream, live with your career. So I always suggest students, please take a career which you like. And as I said, when you take a different route, if you don't follow the crowd, the people may think that you are stupid. You are doing a thing that is not everybody is doing, right? You are not going to succeed, but differently. In the end, you are the one who will be happy with your decisions. I always, ask the student, please don't be afraid to choose a different path than others. Take a decision which helps you. And as I said, EdGroom is going to help the parents, teachers, students, and soon we are going to have a lot of facilities for the teachers, tuition teacher or institution. And please join. You can download the app free from the App Store, and remember, it's completely free. There's no need to pay any single rupee. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Without wasting much time, I just wanted to introduce today's speaker, Jogaravar. Thank you, sir, for joining. I think the speech is done. Okay. Without wasting much time, I just wanted to introduce the today's speaker. It's a very honor for me because I know this guy from last 2.5 years. So, right? Yes. Aasrith completed his 10th class from Narayana Techno School in 2020. He completed his intermediate in 2022 from SN classes. And his rank in MSET was 748. Okay. Jogaravar, thank you, sir, for joining. Okay. And JEE Mains rank, his JEE Mains rank was All India 7,810 and advanced rank 11,410. For ISI, he was selected, but as he mentioned, there is no rank for it. Aasrith, now your time start. I hope your information will help a lot of students and parents in understanding what is ISI is all about. Your time starts now, Aasrith.
Thank you, sir. Definitely, it's an honor to speak in one of the webinars I used to see. And I would recommend students to follow EdGroom also, because it helped me a lot to know more about the exams that I didn't know previously. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen, Aasrith, and you can go with it, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, can you see the screen?
No, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'm very happy to see you on the screen because a lot of students have a lot of doubts about ISI. Even I didn't know much about this course because I'm a physics teacher. I know more about science, not about mathematics, but this is the right time to know. I welcome once again all the teachers who are watching live in YouTube and the students. Yeah, Ashrit, I'll go to the next, the first question, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah. First of all, tell us what exactly is. Some people are thinking that ISI is a Muslim organization, right? So that's why I kept
Yes.
it. So what exactly is ISI is all about?
Well, ISI, also known as Indian Statistical Institute, it's a national institute that provides courses in the mathematical field. Mostly for undergraduate students, it provides bachelor's degree in statistics and mathematics also. And there are junior research fellowship students who work in various fields like computers also. And there are different fields. And it is really a national institute, but it's not so popular,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. So you meant to say that ISI is the institution where even though it sounds statistics, does it offer only statistics or maths or both?
No, sir. It offers statistics as a different course and mathematics as a different course.
Okay, okay. So let's
Yes.
go to the next question then. Yeah. So you just said it is not so popular. What is the reason, Ashrit? What do you think? Why it's not so popular?
I believe that this is because the foundation students get in mathematics in their schools and colleges. Because, as we see, most of the students, they are really afraid of mathematics, of the sound of mathematics. But I believe this is because of the foundation they get. Fortunately, I got a very good foundation in mathematics since my schooling. Hence, I love mathematics all the time. But to most of the students, mathematics is something like a horror. They always have an idea that maths is something like you should memorize, or there's the maths has no physical meaning in it, which is actually wrong because maths is the one of those subjects which can be seen everywhere in the nature, literally everywhere. So this basic fear that every student has that mathematics is not so real and it doesn't have a physical meaning. This fear in every student doesn't let them pursue a career in mathematics. So very few institutions, there are actually very few institutions, though very good ones. These institutions are not being popular because they only offer courses in mathematics. And most of the students are, as you said, are not interested in.
Yes, yeah. So maybe it's not as glamorous as engineering, right?
Yes, sir. Also, I should mention this that we just follow the trend. As we already discussed, most of the students we just follow the trend without knowing what we are going to do. Even when I picked up MPC, I didn't know what my future was. Fortunately, it became my future. I liked it, and it's okay for me. But what if a student doesn't like it? There is a possibility, right? So uh, I believe that students should know what they really want and really work on what they want to pursue. So here, when Doom takes the part, it helps students actually. So I suggest students to follow Headroom really. It helped me a lot. Even I found about ISI through Headroom.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
I
Yeah,
should
definitely.
mention.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's go to the next one, Ashrit then.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is an important question, right? What see, many students apply for a JEE Means exam. A lot of information available, and the problem, as I said, Ashrit, very few people know about ISI. That's why, if you don't know, right, we don't encourage because out of
Yeah.
sight, out of mind, we say.
Yes.
If somebody asks me what is ISI, what is the selection? I mean, what is the selection process? What is the subject? If I don't know all the details, I don't guide the students and I don't encourage them also because I personally don't know, right? So
Yeah.
definitely, as teachers, we should update. That's the main reason why we are insisting the teachers to join at Groom because They should update themselves. What exactly, especially the maths teacher, I'm not saying they don't know, but if at all, they should update, because this is the one way to get into a maths career, right? So can you please tell us what is the selection process for ISI?
Yes, sir. The selection process for ISI, it's actually uh, we apply for the exam. There is an entrance test, two shifts actually. The first shift in the morning will be an objective round where the students have 2 hours to solve 30 questions, and the marking scheme goes like 4 marks for each correct answer, 1 mark for each unattempted answer, and 0 marks for each wrong answer. And the second shift in the afternoon will be a subjective round, a descriptive one, where the students, in my shift, I got 9, but usually I don't think it remains. I got 9 questions, of which any of them can be answered, and mostly 8 is what they want. So each question in that carries 10 points, and the exam is for 2 hours. After this, the eligibility list for the interview will be released in the official website. After that, students should appear for the interview. After the interview is cleared, one will be eligible for the admission. But the good thing is there are no ranks in this process. There is just a question: are you eligible or not? That's it.
I have questions. You said already. My question is, you said there are 2 shifts for this ISI exam, right?
Yes, sir.
In the morning shift, it is completely objective. You said that there are 90 questions. Is it?
No, sir. 30.
30 questions. What is the duration of the exam?
2 hours.
2 hours, 30 questions. So all 30 questions is mandatory.
Not exactly mandatory, sir, but we can leave, sir.
No. How many questions? Is it not for 120 marks exam?
Yes, sir. It is actually 30 questions, 4 marks each, but it's not mandatory to answer all of them. We can leave.
No. You can leave. If you don't know the answer, you can leave, right? But the maximum score is 120.
120, yes.
Acha. So you said that for every wrong answer, -1, like JEE means exam.
No. That's the way the students get it wrong, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
4 marks for each correct answer, 1 mark for each unattempted answer, +1.
Oh,
0 for each wrong answer.
That means if you don't answer the question, you'll get 1 mark.
Yes, sir. It is.
Oh, that's great. I mean, if you don't, if it is wrong, you attempted but the wrong answer, but no negative marking.
Yeah, yes, sir. 0.
Acha. So that's interesting, man. I never heard about. Even if you leave the question, you are going to get a mark, right?
Yes, sir.
Acha. So if you attempt it, if it goes wrong, it becomes 0.
Yes, sir.
So in your suggestion, it is better to leave if you are doubt. At least get 1 mark.
Yes, sir. I will do that.
Acha. So after that, is there any cutoff for how many marks they'll take out of 120 marks the exam is? Did they disclose these many marks you got and this is how you scored? I mean, you're selected for the next level?
We'll actually get a key, sir, after our exam is done. After a few days, we'll get a key, the final key. We'll check our objective paper, but subjective will not know how much we scored. And the cutoff will be like, first they'll check the objective paper. If we qualify in it, the cutoff will be like somewhere around 65 and 70, around that. If we qualify objective paper, subjective will also be considered. And for eligibility for the interview, the cutoff, there is a formula actually, which is like marks in the objective plus 3 times the marks in the subjective.
For example, say you said they'll give 9 questions in the subjective part.
Yes.
Out of that, you can attempt a maximum of 8.
We can also answer 9, but 8 is the best. I guess 8 is the best.
Okay. And you need to write answers on the paper.
Yes, sir. We have to write. Yeah, as I said, there is a small correction. They'll evaluate the best 8 answers out of 9. If we answered all the 9, they'll correct all. They'll calculate only the best 8.
Yeah. So my question is, you have written the answers on the paper, right?
Yes, sir.
So they'll correct your paper physically.
Yeah, yes.
So I understand now those who score above 65 marks, the cutoff, and those descriptive papers will be taken, and those papers will be evaluated.
Yes, sir.
And then the final score will be the total marks that you scored in the objective part, and
Plus
the
three times
three times the marks that you scored in the descriptive part.
subjective.
Yes,
Yes.
that will be a consult list will be there. Based on that,
Yes.
they'll call some students. Okay.
Yes.
And will they call more than the seats, or will they call exactly the number of seats at the at the train?
I guess they'll actually call more than the number of seats,
Gotcha.
because
Right.
there is also an interview round. Even
Now,
they'll shortlist.
tell us more about, because I heard there is an interview in ISI, right?
Yes, sir.
Just like so, what type of interview they conduct? Will they ask you personal questions, or is it again the mathematics?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us more about that interview process.
Interview process, it's not so difficult actually. As I've already seen it, you'll just give your introduction, and after which you'll have a chalk, you'll have a board. There will be five professors, I guess, five professors sitting in a classroom, and each one will be asking a question from your favorite domains, and you will be answering all of them, giving them an intuitive idea of what you're solving, and what they actually want is not this answer actually, but your approach to the question. How are you approaching the question, and how are you trying to solve it? Getting the answer is not a big deal for them, because even they will help you during the interview process.
My question is, Aasrith, how many marks is that interview? Is it formality, or do they have marks also for interview?
The marks and marking scheme for interview will not be disclosed to students. So, only the professors will be taking marks, and they'll be selecting. And finally, what we as students know is we'll get an interview in like shortlisted students in the website. That's it.
So they don't tell that attending interview is a mandatory.
Yeah. Yes. Sure.
It is compulsory. Mike, one more question is, when you are writing that objective exam and subjective exam, all the questions are there on the intermediate syllabus?
Yes, sir. It's actually very close to what we study in mains, JEE mains actually. The difficulty is very similar to JEE mains, but in terms of competition, I wouldn't say they're similar. But
Yeah.
the questions and the syllabus part, it's very similar to what we study for our intermediate, for our boards and JEE mains.
And all of them, because do you have statistics in intermediate, plus 1, plus 2?
Not in our intermediate, sir, but we have that for JEE mains.
So in the exam, that descriptive exam and arithmetic exam, will you get questions based on statistics also?
No, sir, they'll cover every possible domain. We have calculus, we have geometry part, we have algebra, and they'll cover every possible part.
Okay. We'll discuss more in strategies. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
The next question is, Aasrith, this is what is the exam pattern? I think
I've already.
Yeah, you already mentioned. I just summarize it. So you said that there are two parts of the exam, just like advanced exam. One is what called as just qualifying exam. You can say this is the objective part, and it contains 30 questions only, each of 4 marks. And for every correct answer, 4 marks will be given. For every unanswered question, 1 mark will be given. For all the rank answers, 0 marks. And guys, remember, no negative marking. This is exam for only 2 hours exam. And Aasrith, I have a question.
Yes.
But you have a generally for JEE means exam, you have some centers, right? So
Yes, sir.
Are they the same centers where you write ISI, or they have different centers?
I wrote my entrance test in Geetham College. So yeah, most everybody who applied for this exam in Vizag wrote in Geetham College itself. I didn't hear of any other.
Maybe less number of students appear for ISI exam. Maybe 1 or 2 centers may be sufficient. Okay, very good.
Yes.
And second part you said is the descriptive exam, where 9 questions will be given. You can answer 9, 8 best answers will be taken, and they don't disclose the marks. And you said actually 80 marks, you can say, right? Because you said 10 marks for each question. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So 80 plus the 120, the total exam for 200 marks.
Yes.
Objective part is to 120, and this is for 80, so 120 marks exam. And
Yes.
the best part of this is they don't disclose the ranks, they don't disclose your marks, you're just qualified or not. based on your objective part, you will be given an interview, right? So when
Yes.
you go to interview, will it be conducted only in Calcutta, or it will be in, I mean, even Bangalore also?
We'll get our corresponding colleges, sir. Matlab, statistics is offered in ISI Kolkata only, and mathematics is offered in Bengaluru. So for those who qualified in B Math program, they'll be attending in Bengaluru, and for those who got a seat in statistics, they'll be attending in Kolkata.
Yeah, I have this question, man. What is this B stat and B math?
Yeah, BStat is, as I said, ISI offers bachelor's degree in statistics and mathematics. BStat is bachelor's degree in statistics, and BMath is bachelor's degree in
No,
mathematics.
I understand that part. So when you are writing the exam, right, do you prefer which one you want? Is there any way to select?
Yeah, yes, sir. While applying for the exam itself, we'll be specifying BStat or BMath we are writing.
For example, if you select for statistics, but you don't have a statistics in your intermediate, will it be the exam pattern is same for both of them?
Yeah, yes, sir. The question paper is exactly same for BStat and BMath, but the cutoffs change.
Oh, can you tell me more about the cutoffs for BStat?
BStat, as I told you, it is the number of marks in your objective plus 3 times the number of marks in your subjective exam. I didn't know more about that.
You applied for BMath.
Yeah, yes, I did.
Okay, I understand. Okay,
I guess we'll be writing only one of them, BStat or BMath, because the exam happens at the same time for both of them.
Acha. So you selected in both exams, you qualified in both exams, you got very good ranks in both exams. Many students are writing JEE Mains exam, and many of them are reluctant to write this ISI exam. And you rightly mentioned there is a B Math, okay, and the syllabus is same as JEE Mains exam. And you said the questions are only 30 questions, the time is plenty. You have that 2 hours exam, right? And no negative marks. There are a lot of advantage I find because of your way. So can you tell me more about the difference between JEE Mains exam and IS exam in terms of difficulty, time, what all that?
Yes, sir. The first point I would like to mention is ISI in terms of competition is way better than JEE Mains, because every year around 10 lakh students apply for JEE Mains, but there are very few students who write for ISI. Because this is actually an advantage since there will be less competition, and though it is not easy to get into ISI when compared to NITs, but it's still worth trying to write ISI. And when it comes to examination and difficulty, JEE Mains and ISI are almost similar, because it covers the same domain of the syllabus, and the difficulty is also similar. But we have enough time for the exam. In JEE Mains, we write 90 questions in 3 hours, 30 per subject. And in ISI, we have 30 questions for 2 hours, only on maths, of course. And it's actually a plenty of time to solve at least 20 questions of.
So my question is, Aasrith, and from your discussion, I understand that it is not difficult as advanced exam.
No, sir.
It is easy when compared to JEE Mains exam.
Not exactly easy, sir. Very similar to JEE Mains.
Achha. So if a student seriously prepare for JEE Mains exam, and if he is interested in mathematics, you suggest them to write ISI?
Definitely, sir. I would really suggest that. If anyone is interested in mathematics, they should give it a try for ISI.
Oh, that's very good. Now I understand. So let's move on to the next question. How many institutions are there, and which is best among them?
ISI has different branches also, but as I said, for undergraduate students, statistics is offered in Kolkata, and mathematics is offered in Bengaluru. Other than ISI, there are also institutions like Chennai Mathematical Institute, IISc, Indian Institute of Science, and which offers mathematics and computing, and other institutions like IISER, which focus on research. There are many, and if the question is which is best among them, I wouldn't decide, because a student has to know about himself or herself what she wants. If one's interested in mathematics and computing, and if they're interested in research side, IISc is like the best in the world. It is because the NIRF rankings say IISc is the best in the world research institute, and ISI is also good in terms of its fee structure. Also, it's so well if one is financially poor.
And I mostly heard, man, this ISI means they think about only Calcutta only, right? And
Yeah, yes.
because maybe is it the first institution to start? I don't know exactly, but many students think that there is only one institution. From your discussion, I came to know that there are other. And you mentioned that there are some institutions in Chennai or something. All these admissions are based on this ISI exam.
No,
Admission
sir. Each institute has its own entrance test, and ISI exam is only for Indian Statistical Institute.
I mean, that is for, I mean, Kolkata and
Kolkata and Bangalore.
Bangalore. These are the two institutes that offer the seats. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
very good. Okay, let's move on to the next question. How many seats are available in all the institutions? That means especially in ISI, Kolkata, with the institution, you got a seat. How many seats
Yeah.
are available there?
Yes, sir. ISI, Kolkata and Bangalore, they have the same seat matrix. There are actually two categories, non-JRF and JRF. JRF stands for Junior Research Fellowship. And there are 63 seats for B-Stat program and B-Math program. Each 63 seats each for B-Stat and B-Math in both Kolkata and Bengaluru also. And for JRF in statistics, there are 12 seats. And in mathematics, there are 10 seats, both for Bengaluru and Kolkata. That's it.
12 seats in JRF are in both. We missed your, voice. So I repeat, you said 63 seats are there for both B-Stat and B Mathematics program.
63 for B-Stat and 63 for B-Math in Kolkata, and also same in Bengaluru.
And 126 will be there for both, right? Both the streams. Total 126.
Yes.
Combined 63.
No, sir. 63 each.
63. Yeah. That can tell us something about JRF. You said what is that?
JRF is a Junior Research Fellowship where students actually work on the research part. And there are 12 seats for JRF students in statistics in both Kolkata 12 and Bengaluru 12, and the same for JRF in mathematics. 10 seats are available in Kolkata and also Bengaluru.
Acha, 22 seats are available extra, right? So,
yes, sir, for JRF.
Yeah, right. I understood. So 126 plus and 26. So the totally we have 148. Now, on what basis they select the JRF? Is it based on the score again?
Yes, sir. They'll also have the written test in the sub field they want to. I'm not sure. They'll also write ISI admission test. It hasn't got any fancy name, but it is ISI admission test. Also, they'll be writing some other test after this in their course, actually.
Gotcha. Let's move on to the next one. So, what is the fee per annum for the bachelor's program? Because in most of the NITs, if you look at recently, they become just like deemed universities, right? The fee structure is so high. So, is it the same way in ISI or it is completely different?
The best part of ISI, as I feel, is its fee structure because it has zero tuition fees actually.
Wow.
A student need not pay any fees for the classes, and the only fees a student has to pay is for the mess, hostel, library, and security deposits. That's it, which are actually refundable. Few are refundable after the course is finished, and few will be refunded after the semester is finished. And I guess not more than 4,000 will be the fees for the student, and above this, a student gets a stipend of 5,000 per month.
All the undergraduate students will get 5,000 per month.
Yes, sir.
Very good. That's a very good thing, man. I think no other course has this facility, right?
No,
so
sir.
That's very good. That's very interesting. So you mean to say that there's no fees for it actually, and maybe you are getting 5,000 rupees. That's enough, fair enough for all your expenses, including
yes,
all that. Okay, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to the next part. What are the programs offered at ISI and what is the duration of the course?
Yes, sir. As I already mentioned, for undergraduate students, the programs offered are bachelor's degree in statistics and bachelor's degree in mathematics. And the duration of course is 3 years each. And if one wants to continue, they can also pursue masters after.
So is there any exam for it?
No, sir. If a student with bachelor's degree in statistics from a different college wants to get into ISI, he or she has to write the admission test. And if a student is from ISI, I mean, if he has a degree from ISI, he can directly go into masters.
Oh, that's a good news. So once you get into ISI, they can continue even
Yeah,
your
master.
masters also there.
Yes.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So what is that? That's what you mentioned just now, right? So
Yes.
master's program, I summarize again. So those students who want to get into ISI, it is better get at the undergraduate level so that you can study your master's also there. If you happen to study statistics with other branches outside the ISI, you need to write an entrance exam again.
And also there will be an interviews.
Intervals will be there.
Yes.
Yeah, it is common. Even if you want to study MSc Mathematics or MSc Chemistry or Physics in AU or any university, you are write the exam, right? So it is a common process. But once you get into IS at the undergraduate level, that's a definite advantage. Right. Before we go to these questions, Aasrith, we have Vishwanath with us. Vishwanath, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. So you are the right person to talk about the statistics and mathematics. We want to know, Vishwanath, more about because as Aasrith mentioned just now, it's a lack of awareness, I guess, because even though the preparation is same for JEE Mains exam and even for ISI, but I've seen very few students apply for IS exam, fearing that they may have less career opportunities if they do their undergrad course or masters in mathematics, right? So because you are a data scientist, you know what exactly you can play with mathematics. So please tell us, because these guys, the Harini and Aasrith are also, they just joined their undergraduate programs. So can you tell us how statistics or mathematics help a student in the higher levels?
Got it. So, I'll start with a very famous quotation, which by Hal Varian, who was the chief economist at Google. So he said that in 21st century, the most sexy job is actually a statistician. So the thing is, the most of the like most of the jobs these days actually done in front of the computer. And then that's one thing. And that's why most of the jobs looks like, even though from whichever branch it is, even you're solving the chemical problems, maybe you might end up using some sort of a software. That's the second thing. Is most of the problems these days can be mapped to data, right? So and statistics is actually the language of data. The statistics is the language of the data. So if you're playing with the data, so I'll start with it. So most of the problems can be mapped to data problems, and the statistics is the language of the data. So if you're solving some problem, so you have to use that language to represent your problem and then solve it, right? So if given the statistics of the language of the data, so maybe statistics is actually the tool to solve the business problems. And then statistics is the heart of it in a way.
And we want to know more about the career opportunities, and suppose those students who have completed mathematics as a background, right?
Okay.
So what type of job they can expect in a software industry?
Okay. So one thing is, so and moreover, unlike any other career, right? If you're taking a job in from mathematical background, right? So actually you're at the sweet spot in solving many different problems. So I mean, if I reflect back on my own career itself, as a data scientist, I was solving problems in customer care, in food industry, so that and in retail industry. So the kind of the beauty about having this mathematical skills, statistics, and in general the skills in optimization and calculus and these skills, right? So these are very abstract skills and can be used in many different in many different domains. So as such, I mean, sky is the limit here. I mean, in terms of, I mean, it is very unlike any other job. These jobs, actually, especially the skills with mathematics, you are unconstrained by the domain. You're unconstrained with the business domain. So your skills are so abstract enough that it can be applied in, I mean, almost all the domains. Right?
And
so
yeah, go ahead.
So in terms of the business, in terms of the opportunities in the industry, your mathematical skills are I mean is required in every domain, in every business domain, right? So now to be to actually to be really to be there to be that your skills are, I mean, you have enough skills to be valuable for all these companies. Generally, I think it's I'll greatly recommend do your masters and then try to explore the business of the job opportunities.
Yeah. So I have a question. In intermediate, they study trigonometry, they study coordinate geometry, circle, differentiation, calculus, XYZ, right?
That's, yeah.
Since you are a data scientist, because I can guide my student, what are the mathematics skills they should develop at +2 level, right? And which chapter they should focus? Is it algebra or the integration or derivatives? So that because all the mathematics that they learn +2 may not be helpful in the higher levels, but there may be some chapters which they need to focus more, so that will help them a lot in the higher levels. Can you suggest some chapters?
Actually, unfortunately, almost all the stuff that we study in +2 mathematics is all of them important. Wow. I mean, I don't actually just I'm just reading a paper from afternoon, and actually in which I need to use Lagrangian multipliers, and I forgot what they are. Okay, I just because we use them once in a while, right? And then we just forget forgot what the mean. So I just refresh for 2 hours the bunch of videos and in Lagrangian multipliers and constraint optimization. So everything that you covered in calculus, because calculus is a big deal it's most of the, I mean, the majority of the, I mean, I really don't know. I didn't remember what's the +2 syllabus as of now. But calculus is the big chunk of mathematics that we study in +1 and +2 mathematics. And then it's immensely, I mean, I'm just saying that from the afternoon I'm just recollecting and watching videos on Lagrangian multipliers, and with which I'm posing one of my business problem. First I have to represent my business problem in an optimization framework, and then there I use Lagrangian multipliers. So the maths that you guys that a +2 student use them, it studies immensely. I mean, it will be useful in a daily life. So the algebra and algebra I mean, I don't think the algebra is so fundamental, right? So anything, so even calculus, I mean, at the end of the day, you map back to this algebraic equation, right? So, I mean, these things are built on one after the another. I mean, in statistics, you end up using a lot of calculus, right? So there's nothing like that but I'm hoping that the statistics and calculus and algebra, these are too much fundamental that they're intertwined. You just can't. But one is dependent. Like a letters depends on because a sentence, a word depends on letters, and the word sentence depends on the words, and paragraph depends on this thing. All this mathematics actually build on one after the another, right? So I don't think we can neglect per se, but I can't. I mean, I'm coming from industry, but almost all the +1 and +2 maths that we study, most of them is useful.
Yeah, my question is, Vishwanath, say, because I know you are an IT guy, so you did your BTech in information technology. You know what exactly you studied. Now, I mean, we have separate branches in engineering now. There's a lot of specializations. Now, there is a BSc, I mean, engineering in computer science with machine learning and artificial intelligence. There's some specialization. Suppose if a guy come from ISI, Calcutta, right, studied 3 years of BTech, I mean, the undergraduate course, and can he compete with these guys which come from BTech machine learning?
Oh, unfortunately, it's not just compete. He's going to outperform them by margin of 10x. Wow. So it's pure because the mindset with which these guys are studying this stuff in three years is no way even comparable to a beta guy. The beta guy is stuck with some programming and stuck with all sort of drama. But these, I mean, I believe that these guys are, I mean, that ultra focus in getting their maths correct. So I mean, I strongly believe that a bachelor's, whether it's a BTech or whatever that is, a bachelor's in statistics and computer science and bachelor's in statistics and mathematics, I mean, they can outsmart by factor of 10x. It's just that just have a while you're doing your bachelor's in statistics or any math stuff, be cognizant. Always use any computing tool like Python. Always do a lot of simulations. Don't just keep these things in abstractly on the paper. Do a lot of simulations with programming tools, so that you basically, abstract maths is good and fantastic, but always do lots of simulations with the real data, maybe some synthetic data with the programming tools. I mean, this is how you can beat these guys with a 10x scale. Don't stuck with abstract stuff. Definitely do a lot of simulations, and you are going to rock.
Wow, that's very interesting. So the student, this is an important, see, this is the beauty of these webinars, because you guys can have a live, okay, a session with the experts in the domain. I just want to ask Harini, do you have any questions? Because you are interested in mathematics, I know. Do you have any questions to ask Vishwanath? Because he is an expert in machine learning.
I would like to ask what programming languages are basically used in data science and data analysis. Is it only Python, or am I supposed to learn other languages like C++ or Java?
Oh, as a data scientist, I mean, I mean, there used to be some competition between a Python and R long time back, but now Python is the thing that rules. I don't know, in any industry you take that Python is ruling. I think there are two distinctions these days actually. One thing is, if you are your main job is to solve problems, okay, and not about a programming language. I mean, you can use any programming language per se, but as a data scientist, your job is not about programming. Your job is about solving the problem, right? So if that is the case, then the most of the people who are some domain experts, like a data scientist, or maybe for that matter, even my brother is actually who is into VLSI. These days they're also previously they're using Perl. They also started using Python. The thing is, no, because for the domain experts, like data scientists, or people who are basically solving their own business problems, not about programming per se, right? So Python is a simplistic language, so while expressing their thoughts in the programming language, right? So the complexity of the language should not come into play, right? So they need to freely express their thoughts to the program, to the computer in a very free flow form, right? So Python is such a language. It's a very easy to use, no complexity. I mean, you are not constrained by the complexity of the Python. Okay, C++, C, they have their own answers, right? So you are constrained by that language, right? Okay, so that's why Python is becoming a de facto language for most of the domain experts. But if you're a pure programmer, then you need to really worry about it's like a Java, C++. Like a Java and C, like a C++, right? Python is actually 10x, almost 4 to 10x slower than C++. Python is 4 to 10x slower than, say, if a particular program is taking, say, like a 1 minute in C++, Python will take 4 to 10 minutes. Okay, so that is of a concern to programmer, but definitely as a data scientist, I really don't give damn about it. My job is to solve my business problem, and then so if you're a domain expert, like a data scientist, a VLSI guy, a chemical engineer, your job is not constrained by C++ or something. So Python is in that sense for a data scientist is actually, and for most of the domain, for most of the people. If you're a non-programmer, am I a programmer? I mean, I use programming languages, but I don't consider myself as a programmer per se. I'm a data scientist. I end up using some programming tools. Long ones, mostly.
Yeah, Aasrith, do you have any questions to ask Vishwanath?
Yes, sir. Actually, you said you're not a programmer. Then, I mean, what's the difference between data science and programming when everybody ends up solving some problems?
See, the thing is now, like the linguistic versus, let's say, like a linguistic versus a normal people, right? So we use languages, right? As a general, as a normal human being, we use languages to communicate. Currently we're using English to communicate, right? Yeah. So linguists actually, they study the most effective form of the language, and then they study nuances of the language, syntax and semantics of the languages, right? But we don't study the nuances of the language, but we still use it. Okay, so in that sense, I'm just thinking very extrovert. I believe that is a difference. Because I'm using programming just to express, to solve my problem. But as such, I'm not really greatly worried about the nuances of the language. I know enough of the language so that I can communicate well enough with my computer.
So now what I understood from your word is, if you want to become a programmer, focus more on C++, C and Java, all that. If you want to become a domain expert, if you want to use or become a data scientist, focus more on Python. Don't worry about C and C++, all that. Is that Vishnu you summarize?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're a mathematician, a statistician. And definitely no need to worry about learning this C++ in Java. Just concentrate on your maths and then do simulations in Python.
No, are they independent? Are the students should know C++ to understand Python?
Oh, no. It is as Telugu is different from Python. Is English, so they're independent. There's nothing like one is dependent on the other.
Oh, then that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, thank you, Vishnu, for your spending a lot of time, and we learned a lot from you. Thanks for joining in spite of your busy schedule. Is there anything you want to share, Vishnu? You want to enlighten the guys?
No, I don't think so. But all the best, guys. All the best, and definitely, statistics and maths is an amazing field. And then, if you get an opportunity, don't just getting into this drama of this engineering, the circus of engineering. Definitely, don't worry about the immediate that you may not get big packages, etc. But I'll assure you guys, put enough concentration on these things, you're going to rock solid. You're going to if you choose the career in maths and statistics, you're going to rock it. I said that 10x competency.
Recently, when we conducted one webinar with the mastermind director, Mr. Mohan, Vishnu.
Yeah, good. Yes.
Yeah, one more question. Recently, when we conducted a webinar with the mastermind director, he said that a career without mathematics is not a career. He said, he boldly said the statement. So, do you support the same statement?
The thing is, no. So actually, because I'm a researcher, right? I'm actually thinking more from that. But it's not like every other profession required mathematics for sure. But if you are into the business of innovating, right? Innovating and then solving interesting critical problems, non-repetitive problems, right? So that, if you choose a career if you have a mathematics skills, then most likely you will end up working in a setup where you're going to solve innovative problems. So that's a beauty, right? And we'll take a pleasure in anyone. I think I don't think no one will take a pleasure in solving repetitive problems. Right. So, definitely your career will be very interesting. I totally agree with that guy, with the mastermind, this thing, because with these skills, you end up solving interesting problem, and the reasons due to which a new problem is created, the same logic that we went through, we cannot use the same things to solve the new problem, right? The problem is created because of so and so, and then you have to outside that system and then solve it. And then the only way that you can solve is by using the mathematical tools.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Thanks for joining. Harini, can you add something? Why you are so interested in mathematics? What motivated you to do? Your eyes in mathematics.
Before I start speaking about it, first of all, I would like to thank Venkatesh sir, the co-founder of EdRoom, and my physics teacher for 2 years for giving me the opportunity to share my views. I'm a student of SBNIT Surat, and I'm pursuing MSc Mathematics. It's an integrated course, BSc plus MSc, and I'm here for a few weeks. So I would like to share my views on who should study mathematics, first of all. If you're inquisitive in nature and want to know why you're doing something, then science is for you. If you feel bored by knowing why you're solving something in such a way, then I don't think science is for you. If someone wants to know why you're doing a problem in a certain way, then science is the right place for you. Basic science like mathematics or physics or chemistry, anything. So it's basically JEE problems are all formula based. No one cares how you solved it. It all matters is, did you get the right answer or wrong answer?
Yes.
But when it comes to basic sciences, when you actually want to pursue a science, people focus more on the process. No one cares about your answer, whether you ended up in the right answer or the wrong answer. The process is important. Your approach, what's the easiest way to do it? Are you doing it in a roundabout way or the most precise way possible? That's what matters the most here. And most people hold you back, even though you are interested in mathematics and you really want to pursue a degree in it. As sir used the word glamour, they say there's no glamour in doing degree and engineering is rocking, it's the trend or whatever, and they try to hold you back, your own relatives or your peers. There's a lot of social pressure on people who want to do a degree in mathematics these days, because most of all your friends would be doing engineering, most of your classmates, everyone would go for engineering, and you're the odd one out. But trust me, after coming to NIT, I realized that you're not the odd one out. Mathematics is in demand and people do need mathematicians around the world. Even though you want to pursue a degree in physics or chemistry in any basic science, there is a need for such people. And the exposure that you get in the National Institute is entirely different. People say that for doing a degree, why do you need to go to a National Institute? You can do it even in your local colleges, right? They try to discourage you by saying that for doing just a degree, why are you going so far from home and picking a National Institute? But it's entirely different. I want to emphasize on this more because the kind of exposure that you get here, you won't get it in a local degree college. We have a lot of clubs here. You can improve your skills. Venkatesh always used to emphasize on capability building. And after coming here, after talking to some seniors and professors, I realized that no one gives you a job based on your degree. It's just a piece of paper. Like they just tell you that you qualified in so and so, but people hire you based on your skills. So no matter what you study, engineering, mathematics, physics, or chemistry, it's the skills ultimately that matter. And I want to talk about one more common myth. I heard many people telling me that if you study maths, you can only be a professor and there's nothing else you can do. You have to do a PhD and become a professor. No, it's not like that. There are many different things that you can do by getting an MSc in mathematics. First and foremost, you can study further in a particular domain like cryptology or data science, data analysis. There are so many particular topics which are open for MSc mathematics people. And premier institutes like IISc, ISIS, ISI, even though you couldn't manage to get into those institutes at an undergraduate level, of course, as Sir and Aasrith said, it is easier to get in the undergraduate level and continue studying there. But even though you didn't know about them and you couldn't crack them, after pursuing an MSc in mathematics from whichever college in India, you can get into those premier institutes and do a postgraduate course first. And second, premier institutes like Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organizations, these institutes, they need people who studied basic science, mostly physics and mathematics, because when you send a rocket, there's a lot of physics in it. There's a lot of mathematics going down in the ground level. So you can become a junior research fellow or a junior research scientist at those organizations by doing an MSc in mathematics. And third, if you're not interested in both of these, you can always go into the finance sector, banking. Or if these three, you fail to get into these three or you're not interested, then the last option is always that you can pursue a PhD and become a professor. It's a very noble profession. Teaching is a very noble profession. So you can always be a professor in mathematics.
Wow.
So I would like to encourage all the students who are interested in mathematics to really go and pursue it. Don't listen to people who say that it's not worth it. It is really worth it. And I hope some of you who are listening to this session will get motivated to pursue your interest in mathematics. And once again, I would like to thank sir for this opportunity.
Thank you, Harini. I'm really proud of you because, I from the beginning, you said only one thing, I'm interested in mathematics, right? And that's what I said. What you repeatedly want, you will get it. Okay. That's a proof you have. Definitely, we have one session with Harini, exclusively only in mathematics. Okay. Let's plan one thing because you now become expert in mathematics, right? Yeah. We continue with Aasrith and I'll get back to you. Okay. Aasrith, we have more interested stories to share the part. Harini, stay back. We have some more questions for you, right? And let's continue with Aasrith, then we'll come back to you. Aasrith, this is an interesting question we want to ask. how motivated you to write this exam called ISI, or when did you decide to write this exam?
Yeah, yes, sir. I would like to mention about this because I used to hate statistics in my school. This is not a story, I'm being frank. I used to hate statistics in my school, and after I came to Ascend in my +1 and +2, uh, my lecturer, GTS sir, he gradually helped me uh, gain interest, not knowledge, not I mean, he of course he gave me some knowledge, but above all that, he helped me gain interest over mathematics, which is I feel the most important thing I have about mathematics. Uh, he made me feel like mathematics is important to life as we live. We live because of mathematics. I still have this strong feeling that mathematics is everywhere, and it's precisely running our lives. And then I started feeling like maths is something I will always love, and will is something that will always give me some pleasure. So then I decided to search for institutions while before applying for mains. I also searched for various institutions, government ones actually, of which I found this ISI, and I was very excited about ISI even more than mains. I should mention. I was very excited about this exam, and then after applying for that, it is after applying for the exam, I got even more interest about ISI because I did a research on what are the possibilities and about the college, the lifestyle, and mathematics in core. And finally, I ended up getting a seat in.
Fantastic, man. That's the power of a teacher. See, definitely a lot of credit goes to GTS, sir, because he's the one who inspired you to dream big and study about mathematics. Yeah, definitely, man. I do believe in it. Without mathematics, nothing works now. Physics also require a lot of mathematics. Okay. Unfortunately, Aasrith, what I found is there is no motivation for the student to study mathematics. Okay. Maybe they think that it's abstract thing. It's not glamorous, I say a number of times. If I say I'm an engineer, that's a differential, right? I'm doing BSc mathematics. People may not look at you the way they look at engineers, right? So that actually killing the dreams of a lot of students. Okay. They are unable to digest the fact that they think that they may not get a what called as good jobs when you do BSc mathematics. But just now Vishwanath said, the plenty of opportunities are there, right? So definitely, you guys have to inspire the young generation to take mathematics as the main course, and definitely they are also going to get a very good success. Yeah, let's move on to the next question, Aasrith. In continuation your decision that you have taken, as I said, you followed some strategies. You said that GTSR told you about this IS exam, how to prepare. Can you share what exactly how you prepared? You just prepared for JEE Mains exam, wrote the exam, or is there any separate preparation for this ISI?
Yes, sir. The major help I got, for the exam is being in a routine while preparing for JEE Mains. JEE Mains preparation helped me about 70% in terms, while writing an ISI. Apart from that, for a ISI specifically, there are books in the market like Yusuf Khan and Tomato Solver, which focus on this objective and subjective rounds. We get various type of questions, though they are a bit higher level. They are from a bit higher level from the exam, but it still helps the student to think in a mathematical way to get different approaches to a single question. So my preparation strategies are there weren't any specifically because mains actually it was the only mainstream strategy I had. Mains because most of the exams in India, most of the colleges, they consider mains exam, and most of the exams fall under the domain of main syllabus. So my first focus is to cover main syllabus. In that way, eventually I made some time, and once in a while I went through the books and I just turn pages literally, just know what the approach is, what their approach is, what other possibilities are there. And in that way, I developed a skill, precisely I developed a skill of thinking in a mathematical way. That is the motto of giving your exams. Because I would like to mention a dialogue I have seen in a season, I mean, in a web series, which translates to: before studying the exam, study what the exam is. In that way, I felt that most of the exams, they want to test whether the students have the skill they want or not. If it's ISI or any other mathematical institution, what they want is the student should be able to approach the question in a mathematical way, the real world problems and the theoretical ones, whatever they want the students to approach in a mathematical way, in an easier way also. So eventually, by my main syllabus and also looking at these maths books, I eventually developed a skill of thinking in this mathematical. Yes.
Aasrith, I can understand from your discussion. If you can you say that if you seriously prepared for JEE Mains exam, right? So
Yes.
can you crack ISI, or you require any extra thing that you should solve?
No, sir, definitely not. There is just one thing that you need is being able to put your ideas on a paper. If mains is only an objective type exam, so nobody questions how you solve. They just need the answer. But when it's ISI, you have a subjective round and also an interview. So you should be able to convey your ideas properly, be it on paper, be it be it through interview. But you should be able to speak or write what you're thinking.
Okay, that's very interesting. And I think now, see, if a student apply for ISI, right? Definitely they'll be more serious about the mathematics. Okay, and it helps for both, even for JEE Mains also it will help, right? The moment you focus more on mathematics, and it is a dual benefit, right? You can clear, but the provided if you have interest in mathematics, I think applying for ISI is a very good option.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's right. Let's move on to.
And also, I would like to mention one thing here, sir, that you said focusing more on mathematics will be a dual advantage. I would like to mention that focusing on mathematics is a good thing, but the core idea of the basic advantage of mathematics is it is present in every science field, be it physics, be it chemistry, even in biology, there is mathematics.
Yeah.
I've seen my YPC friends, they study a lot of graphs, which actually most of them, even including their names, they are derived from, they are taken from mathematics itself. So I suggest students to find mathematics in everything they do. That brings out the flavor of mathematics. Not just mathematics, every field of science. Just try to find that in every part of their life, every subject they study, every place they go to, and there is a chance to find this out. Yeah. So if one tries to do this, they'll get the flavor out of that subject. Truly.
Definitely. Let's move on to the question. What can a student expect from ISI? Or how it is different from what called as other institutions? What exactly one student expect from ISI?
Yes, a student can expect good student environment. That's really important to all those who are above 18, because it's from here we start being independent. We start thinking about ourselves and people around us. So in this kind of situation, every student needs a good student environment. That is the sole reason why I believe IITs are most reputed ones, and most of the students seek to get an admission in IITs. And also, these national institutions like ISI also provide that kind of student environment. So every student, if they get into ISI or any such national institutions, they can definitely expect a student environment. And especially from ISI, they can expect a strong foundation on mathematical field. And if properly managed, they can also become a part of this race in computing.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, you can see the building ISI Calcutta, right? So the
Yes, sir.
facilities that they provide you are excellent, and you can a chance to learn a new language. You mingle with the people from all the states, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
definitely that will help you to hone your skills. Okay, and you
Yes,
no more a local guy. You become what a national guy because you're exposed to so many people, so many cultures. So you'll become more independent. No more you are guided by the people around you, right? You can
yes,
take
sir.
own decisions. Definitely, I think these institutions will help you to think 360 degrees and to develop 360 degrees.
Yes, sir. On a side note, this is just one of those 5 buildings. This is just one, and there are
Oh,
four more.
Acha, is it the building where the classes are going on? Or is it the hostel building?
Don't know, sir, but I attended the interview in a different.
Okay, very good. It looks nice. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Yes. What in your opinion, what are the career options that you think? I mean, Vishwanath mentioned so much, but in your opinion, what are career options for these people?
Yes, sir. Actually, Harini mentioned almost all the possible career options, or maybe almost all those that I know. But I would like to repeat that mostly they get high-profile jobs in this banking sector, and you can be a professor, of course. And also, if properly managed, if a person knows how to manage his time and somehow learns this programming languages, can eventually end up being a part of this race in computers and data science and artificial intelligence, because all these fields need mathematics in their core.
So, Ashit, you again tell me, according to Vishnu already said, do you think that these guys from ISI have better edge over other BTech candidates?
Yes, sir. I believe that is possible, but only when I said if one should have this awareness of what's next. So a student from ISI, if he has only knowledge of mathematics, if he or she does not have any knowledge in computing or how this computers work, this might be a disadvantage for them. So one should be able to have their hands on every possible field. So the best combination for mathematics, I would feel, is computing is the best combination for mathematics. So if somehow someone manages to learn both computing, the languages and mathematics, so they can really outperform us
Yeah,
as BTech
definitely.
students.
Because Ashit, I don't think they don't learn computers because without testing, there's no purpose, right? So
Yes.
definitely a lot of computing will be there. The thing is, see, you guys, when you come from a core group, right? Your skills are different. You have versatile careers, okay? But
Yes.
these guys coming from ISI, they are meant for one particular field, okay? For
Yes, sir.
example, if they really want excellent computer science or data science or whatever, right? Wherever there is a data, yes, there is. But the guy who is coming from EEE or ECE or mechanical from IIT, they are meant for a lot of things. But when you want to compete within computer jobs, that in data science, maybe you little bit have this, these guys have edge over you, right? But in other
Yes.
fields, because you're learning physics, chemistry and mathematics and physics and maths, so definitely the guys who are coming from core groups have other options, okay? But
Yes.
these will be handicapped. Yeah, definitely. Let's move on to the next one. This is a difficult question, I guess. So let's try to understand.
Yeah. To answer this, I feel it is really a person's personal opinion to decide if ISI or IIT is better. But I would like to give a summary of what is what, and finally, it's a person's decision to take this. So ISI, it's for those who love mathematics or statistics, for those who want to do research, also for those who want to be a part of the banking sector, or for those who want to be a professor in mathematics or such. And IIT, I would like to. I mean, most of the students know what one can do after IIT, but IIT has its special features in bringing students together. Students from all over India, they come together and they we'll know about various people, various cultures, and various languages we are exposed to, and there is a lot of exposure in IITs. And IITs actually develop a student as a person, not just in their academic field, but they also develop a person in their sports, in the sports aspect, and in soft skills aspect, and they precisely bring you up as a person, as an independent one actually. So as of ISI, I really don't know if there are any societies or any such fests happening out there. But if it's IIT, one who loves to stay independent and build themselves properly, and IIT is a place for.
So as I mentioned, Aasrith, earlier, so this technical knowledge is different. You have more versatile careers, and ISI is focused on one particular area, right? And when
Yes.
you want to really get into computer science with big data science or machine learning, all that, maybe ISI is the right place. If you
Yes.
want to get into technical aspects, right? You want to get into automobile engineering, all other branches of engineering, right? Definitely ISI is not the place. IIT is the best place. Okay. Yeah, as
Yes.
you said, both are equally good at, right? It's all depends on your perception, which area you wanted to look in which
Yes.
field you want to develop. Yes, let's go to the next question. So again, I think it's a tough question to you. Why did you choose IIT over ISI? Is it
Yes,
a
sir.
tough question or easy question for you?
My answer is actually easy, but it might not convince him.
Okay.
So this might be a silly reason for most of those who are listening, but to be frank, I really the first reason why I chose IIT over ISI is I really love the purpose of JEE Advanced. I find the purpose of the exam, not like others, like not even JEE mains. JEE Advanced has a standard which tests the mindset of a student, whether he is suitable for, he or she is suitable for engineering or not. And the questions themselves are has a purpose. I mean, if one could actually study from the question properly, he can actually learn from the question. So the first reason is I really love JEE Advanced, and when the question came that if it's JEE Advanced or ISI, I felt like if not now, I'll not be able to write JEE Advanced again. So I took that risk, and if I would like to give another reason, I would say the societies and the student. ISI has less student strength when compared to IITs, and if I actually wanted to become independent, and I want to bring myself up in various aspects, and I felt that IIT is the only place where I get it. So I chose IIT because it can help me develop in various aspects.
Do you regret about your decision now?
Never, I will.
Okay, that's a great thing, man. So definitely. So when we have a courage, right? And did you ever think that once you left the ISI seat, and at that time you were not, confirmed about IIT, right? Do
Yes.
you ever have a doubt about that IIT that will I be able to get a seat or not? What if I'm going to get it? You have to be ready to so much of criticism, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you get that into your mind when you're preparing for IIT exam?
No, sir. I always believe in one thing. Of course, there is some criticism, and also I have some fear. What if I didn't clear IIT? There is a bit of it, but one thing I strongly believe is all we can do is try, and whatever happens, happens, and we should be strong enough to face the consequences.
So you never scared of your decision?
Never.
So are you confident about your? Is that you are going to get a seat in IIT?
In fact, I was not that confident, but I had to take the risk for the love of JEE Advanced. I had to do it.
That's very good, man. That's definitely it paid. Okay. Yeah. Before I should say thank you to you and Harini. I just want to share a few things about EdGroom. Harini, are you there? Rakesh Naidu. Rakesh is a student, Aasrith?
Yes.
Who is Sriram? Who is Sriram? Okay. I just wanted to, you guys, as I said, EdGroom is going to be a different platform very soon in the coming days and months. So we are making a lot of changes to the platform. Okay. So I think you can see the screen, right? Harini and Aasrith.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have, as I said, we have 266,000 articles so far. And if anybody is preparing for ISI, okay, I'm just putting the word ISI here. Let us see the results. If you look at ISI, the moment I put the word ISI here, I got a lot of results. ISI question paper 2019 old paper, right? IS admissions, a lot of information available just for ISI who's preparing for IAS. Suppose if you guys are interested in mathematics or what you call it as, let us see how we are getting the results in for mathematics. So those who are interested in mathematics, if they want to explore more about the mathematics, if you look at the National Mathematics Talent Test, okay, and you can see a lot of information just available for mathematics. Okay, for example, if I put the word, say, what is that? Statistics, right? Statistics. If you look at the word statistics, if I keep the searching here, the information about statistics is also available a lot. What are different types of static career opportunities? No one to go anywhere. Okay, you just browse here and you get a lot of information. Aasrith, what is your branch in engineering? Is it mechanical?
Civil, sir.
Just civil. For example, you see, for engineering, we have a lot of information available. So civil engineering, if they just keep the word here, you can see a lot of information available for civil engineering. Okay. And you look at how do I earn civil engineering and PhD? What are the civil engineering techniques to do? How do I get civil engineering degree? Civil engineering introduction. So a lot of information is available. Generally, what we do is we generally depend on Google, right? If I just keep the words here, civil engineering. Okay. So you look at the comparison. So if you look at the results here and the results in EdGroom, they're completely different. Okay. And you guys are observing EdGroom from last year or so, right? So first I want to hear from Aasrith how EdGroom is different from other websites and how it helped you in shaping your career.
Yes, sir. It is definitely a huge part of my career, and it is different from other websites because it has a different reference line. I mean, in my terminology, I call reference line as the basic idea a student or a person has on something. So EdGroom has a different reference line, while other websites, Google also has a different reference line. So EdGroom gives you idea about what the it is. The data is narrowed down to what actually is required, because when as you already did, when we searched for civil engineering in Google, it started from the definition, which actually no one beats. And when we searched for that in EdGroom, we got things like what do civil engineers do, and what do they study and stuff. So which is actually required for students.
Yeah.
In that way, yes, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So civil engineering, and this is just one of different possibilities. So what we find here is actually what is required to all the students or parents who work. But nobody needs the definition, right? What they need is what happens out there and what happens after that. So in that way, group actually helps a lot of students to find and also know about different courses and different stuff.
Yeah, Aasrith, I have one more question. See, I said we conducted 35 webinars so far, right?
Yes.
And Aasrith, you are a part of some of the webinars, right?
Yes.
So do you think that these webinars really, because we conducted one webinar on ISI, right? Do you think that these webinars help the students and parents?
Definitely, sir. One should have the patience to sit for 1 hour, but it definitely helps them to learn something new. Even I attended all the 3 subject webinars for mains, and they really helped me. I planned my routines, I planned my subjects, and learning from those webinars.
So far, which one you think is the best you attended?
For me, I personally like this webinar, the chemistry webinar by Anuradha.
Wow, that really helped you.
Yes, sir, it did.
Wow.
And also, chemistry ended up being the important subject for my advanced. I scored highest in.
Oh, very good. So a part of your success goes to Anuradha madam also. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely. Harini, the same question. How EdGroom is different from other career websites, and what is the difference? Harini, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I find EdGroom very helpful because, as he already said, the results are what we require, first of all, and second of all, college predictors. There are so many websites which had the data for previous year ranks, but none of the websites could predict the college for my rank personally. But EdGroom had that feature which could personalizely predict ranks for students. So I found it very useful. And the next thing, webinars. I think EdGroom is the only website which helps us connect with different people in different fields and let us have an interaction with the experts.
Harini?
Yes, sir. I was
Yeah.
saying that
Yeah.
EdGroom.
Can you please switch on the video? Please switch on the video. Yeah, Harini, go ahead.
EdGroom has this personalized rank predictor. Like there are many websites which had the data for previous year ranks, but none of them could predict what colleges I could get with my rank. So I found the personalized MSET and JEE Mains college predictor very useful. And apart from that, the webinars. I think this is the only website which I came across which gives me an access to interact with the experts in their domain and actually know what it's like in each field.
Yeah.
So I would like to thank you, sir, for starting the platform and helping students like us.
Yeah, thank you, Harini, for your sharing. But tell me, which webinar helped you in shaping your career?
Of course, sir, the webinar conducted by our GTS sir. He was like my motivation and the pillar behind all this. So his webinar, which analyzed the main session questions and the chapter weightage, it helped me a lot to score better.
Very good, very good. Thank you, guys. It's a wonderful day today because I'm very happy to see you both on the screen, and you shared so much of information. I wish you a wonderful career ahead. Definitely, we are proud of you. I'm proud to see two of my students on the screen, and definitely, I expect you guys will extend the same help in the future to guide the student, because now we are in a position to guide a lot of students. Now you got eligibility, right? You can guide a lot of students, right? Thank you so much, Aasrith, for your time, and Harini for joining. I wish you a wonderful career ahead. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Right, thank you. Yeah, this is all from our side. It's a wonderful evening today with Aasrith and Harini, and even I thank Vishwanath for joining. Rakesh and Sriram, you are there for the till the end. So this is all from my side. Let's see you with another webinar in the coming week. Thank you so much.